The U.S. Department of Defense is seeking to procure critical minerals worth up to $1 billion as part of a global stockpiling initiative to address challenges in the supply chain for vital metals. On Monday, media reports citing relevant U.S. Defense Department documents indicated the program encompasses large-scale purchases of multiple strategic minerals. The Defense Logistics Agency's recent procurement intentions include plans to purchase up to $500 million worth of cobalt, $245 million worth of antimony from Antimony Corporation of America, $100 million worth of tantalum from an undisclosed U.S. company, and a combined $45 million worth of scandium from Rio Tinto and Illinois-based APL Engineering Materials. These critical minerals hold priority status for the Department of Defense, being essential to virtually all weapon systems and technologies such as radar and missile detection systems. Analysts note that market participants have been astonished by the quantities demanded by the DLA, with many deeming them unrealistic within the proposed 5-year timeframe. The Trump administration's major omnibus bill allocated $7.5 billion for critical minerals, including $2 billion to bolster national defense reserves. The Department of Defense plans to expend these funds by late 2026 or early 2027. Reserve scale far exceeds historical levels. This stockpiling initiative by the Department of Defense marks a significant acceleration driven by the Trump administration's renewed focus on critical minerals. A former defense official stated that the scale of $1 billion represents a substantial increase compared to previous stockpiling efforts. The U.S. Department of Defense is intensely focused on stockpiling, remarked a former defense official. They are explicitly seeking more, and doing so in a deliberate and comprehensive manner, seeking new sources for the various ores required for defense products. The U.S. Defense Logistics Agency stocks dozens of alloys, metals, rare earths, ores, and precious metals stored in warehouses nationwide. As of 2023, its assets were valued at $1.3 billion. These materials may only be released by the President during a declared war, or when deemed essential to national defense by the Undersecretary of Defense for Acquisition and Sustainment. Disruptions to these critical mineral supplies would have a direct, significant and detrimental impact on America's deployment of high-tech capabilities essential to any strategic competition or conflict. Procurement targets exceed conventional market scale. In most instances, the tonnage required exceeds both U.S. annual production and import levels. The Defense Logistics Agency's transaction with American Antimony Corporation involves approximately 3,000 tons of antimony metal, whereas U.S. Geological Survey data indicates total U.S. antimony consumption in 2024 was 24,000 tons. The agency also sought information on potential procurement of 222 tons of indium ingots, compared to approximately 250 tons of refined indium consumed in the U.S. during 2024. Solomon Safai of Fastmarkets noted that the quantities of bismuth and indium are significant relative to global market sizes. The Defense Logistics Agency also sought information on potential procurement of materials including rare earths, tungsten, bismuth and indium for addition to its stockpiles. Gary Evans, chief executive of American Antimony Corporation, informed media that the company procures mineral feedstock from Canada, Mexico, Australia, Bolivia, and Peru for metal processing. The firm reported 2024 revenues of $15 million, though annual antimony metal production figures remain undisclosed. Additionally, Jefferies analysts indicated that the Rio Tinto transaction involved approximately 6 tons of scandium oxide at a price above market expectations. According to data from price reporting agency Fastmarkets, global consumption of neodymium oxide stands at approximately 30 to 40 tons. An industry executive remarked that these initiatives demonstrate the U.S. government's recognition of the criticality of these materials and its desire to support any domestic production capacity it possesses. The executive added, Western governments are still in the very early stages of stockpiling critical minerals, but they are increasingly focusing on this.